industry, and congratulations again, MSAP, for 10 years. So my name is Sarah Rodriguez. I'm from Google, and I'm the country lead for Waze in the Philippines. Any Wazers here in the theater today? Okay, that's, I think, about 88% or 89%. Thank you so much. Okay, so game. As you know, Waze is a crowdsourced navigation app, and our objective is very simple. Our objective is to take you from point A to point B the fastest way possible. Okay, so today I have two things that I wish to talk to you about in the next 15 minutes, and this is all about the power of location data. And when you say location data, there are two things that we can do with it. First is, how can we use location data to solve real-world traffic problems? Do you want to hear that? You want to hear more about that? Yes. And the second one is, how do we use location-based data for rents? Okay? So I would quickly like to talk to you about the Waze ecosystem, and hopefully this is something new to you. So the first layer would be you and me, would be us, the drivers. So 115 million strong globally. The second layer would be what we call our map editors. So this is the community of very passionate volunteers. Have you heard of the Waze map editors? So actually anyone can edit the map. If you're new to it, you can only edit up to 1 kilometer from where you've driven. So the more edits you make, you level up, and then the highest level would be what we call the global champs. And we send these guys to Israel to meet the other global champs and compare how well each map in each country is doing. Okay? So the third layer would be our Waze for Cities partners. So all the big data that we get out of all your reports get stored in a dashboard to which we give access to for free to our data partners. I'll talk more about that later. And then the fourth layer would be our global event partners. The recent one in the Philippines would be the SEA Games. Okay, so we give SEA Games access to the Waze dashboard, so that means they can control routing in the areas where the games will be happening. I think here in the Philippines there will be about 60 to 70 venues. Okay, cool. So are you familiar with this screen? Okay, good. So this is the screen that you pull up via the orange bubble, and it is a screen where you could report any road incidents, right? So this is where you could report accidents, traffic, how heavy the traffic is it minor, is it super major, etc. So this is when you do active reporting. Thank you for doing that. But if you don't want to actively report, you could also just keep Waze on, and the whole time you're sending GPS signals, thus you're able to contribute to big data. So this is very recent. This is we just launched the Waze for Cities program, and what I'm showing you on your left, would be an actual screenshot of traffic. I took this at 9 p.m. yesterday, and this is a view of Makati. So you can see there each of the reported traffic report, and I can see here on the left it says total gridlock 36% is maroon. It's even darker than red. Yeah, maroon daw yung total gridlock 36%, but there's a 24% free moving area. Okay, and it also shows you unusual traffic. It says Ayala McKinley is 16 minutes longer than usual. It is now taking 19 minutes to travel at 3 kilometers per hour. So this view, we have given access to some of our broadcast partners like CNN, ABS-GMA. So when CNN does their traffic reporting, it's no longer the bumper-to-bumper sa EDSA. Okay? Now they can pull up the screen and say, if you are traveling from Quezon City to Makati, it's going to take you 45 minutes. And that is 20% better than yesterday. So there's more insight about it. And the guy on the right is Mayor Vico Soto. So we're very thankful to his city because they're now using Waze. So in their traffic control room, aside from the CCTV cameras that show bumper to bumper, they now have real-time data that shows where the choke points are. Okay, so the traffic alerts, they can actually drill this down on a per city, per street level. So you could see how traffic is flowing, and you will also see there like reported alerts like potholes on the road, accidents, and and so on. So how does this help? Okay, so now that we've given this amount of data, of course, it's still up to our partners to really make use of this and solve certain problems. Like, for example, emergency response. So in the US, they found out that car accidents get reported faster using Waze versus calling 911. And because of that, 4 precious minutes is saved. Okay, so Waze partnered with an ambulance company so that when an accident happens, ambulance comes faster. Okay? Boston, what they did was, so they identified their specific area where their specific choke point area. And they saw that, okay, what if we change traffic signals? Okay? Very simple, right? What if we make traffic signals faster? And what they saw is that by doing so, impacted traffic 18%. So we are very excited sharing all of these information with the DOTR, with the MMDA, even with MyNILAD and our other private partners. And we're really excited to see how they make use of such free data. Okay, so this is BGC. BGC did some one-way reroutes in the area. And this is visualized by our data analytics partner called Thinking Machines. And what we saw was that in the areas where we did an intervention for, there was a reduction in traffic. But if you look at the surrounding areas, what do you see? Turned red, no? So that means there's still a lot of work to be done in the surrounding streets. Okay, shift. Now we talk about mobility-based data for brands. So just some numbers. So Waze has grown 20% year over year in terms of active users. We're now 3.1 million monthly actives. About 85% would be in Metro Manila, and about less than 100,000 would be your TNVS. Okay? What 3.1 million means also would be 7 out of 10 private car drivers in Metro Manila are Waze users. So think of your brands. If this is something that you want to share with a mass market of car owners, then this might be a platform that might help you. And okay, this is the not so good news. We spend an average of an hour and a half on Waze every day. Who spends more? Okay, I'll keep my hand up. This is just my one way. So, the global average is 15 minutes. Okay, so we spend an hour and 30. Okay, and I'd like to quickly talk to you also about Christmas, because Christmas is the time of the year when Pinoys travel most. And when we say Christmas, it started September, right? So we're actually in the middle of Christmas season already. So we see that more people will be on the road, plus 10% drivers on the road. We will be traveling longer distances, 16% more kilometers, and we will be spending more time per drive, 5 minutes per kilometer on average, which actually beats ourselves. We're close to 4 minutes per kilometer, so Christmas timed out plus 1 more minute. What's 1 more minute for us? But yeah. So this is a graph showing you minutes per kilometer, and we've ranked the cities using this is Waze internal data. Okay. So this is the interesting part, and because of location-based data, we know where people are going. So aside from home and work, this will be your top 5. This is Pinoys going to shopping centers, restaurants, hotels, banks, and supermarkets. Okay? So how do we fit in the entire media mix? By the time people are out of the homes, or out of their offices, and the moment they step in the cars, you would want to have continuity of your messaging. And this is what we've seen in the 2 years that we've been in market. This is basically the solution that we bring to the table, and this is turning locations into destinations. And when we say locations, obviously this would be, if you're a restaurant, then it would be your stores, be it a standalone, be it a drive-thru, or be it a store that is inside a mall, or if you're in a bank, be it a standalone or not. But if you are let's say an FMCG company, your destination or your location would rightfully be or could rightfully be convenience stores or supermarkets or groceries where you're sold at. Okay? Alright. So simplistically, point A might be your home, your work, and point B, let's say, would be a mall or a restaurant. So at any time during your drive, you might see a messaging contextual to where you are going next. So let's say you pin that you're going to a mall and I am a retailer at the mall with a sale, then I might think that this is the best opportunity to be the last ad that a person could see before reaching the destination. Okay, so I'd like to drill down per vertical. I'll just have the top three here. So this is navigations to shopping centers. So what we see here, the opportunity is 2 million drives to shopping centers every month. And the peaks happen during Valentine's Day, your Mother's Day, Father's Day. There's a slight dip during a typhoon, this 9/9. And ultimately spiking during Christmas. And it's also interesting to show you the shape of the day during weekdays and weekends. So what we see is that during weekdays, people tend to flock shopping centers after work. That's why it spikes around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. But during weekends, the spike happens after lunch, around your 2 to 3 p.m. Okay? So these are just some brands that leveraged on mall sales. Of course, the SM Super Malls advertising their own mall sale, but look at Vivo, who has shops inside the malls, who could conquest or leverage on people going there, and even BDO, who promotes their own card usage during 3-day sales. Okay, so you might also see some characters like Lion King or Maleficent, who have pinned cinemas, and now they're able to track which cinemas do people frequent the most. Okay, so this is a report by Marshall's Mall in the USA. So the kind of data that we could give you would be visitation data, store visitation data. And because you have a store visits number, then you can attach a cost per visit metric to that. Aside from store visits, what we could also give you would be incremental store visits because of adding Waze to the campaign. Cool? Okay, let's look at restaurants. It says it's relatively flat throughout the year with spikes during Christmas, but if you look at the day, there are two spikes, your lunch and your dinner drives. That is why when you're driving with Waze, you might see all of these different restaurants serving you different food options, inviting you to a reroute. Cool. Okay, McDonald's in Canada has deep linked their ordering app on Waze. So the user journey is like this. So I search for McDonald's on Waze. The app is, so I search McDonald's and then I click the nearest store and then it prompts me to open and order via the app. So because of that, McDonald's gets alerted that a Wazer is 15 minutes away to pick up the order. And then right by the store would be a curbside parking area where the food is delivered. Okay? They also played with a creative execution called Change Car, which changed the McDonald's icon into an airplane because of a flyaway promo. Okay, so this is I like to show a video by Burger King in Mexico, and this is a super cool way of using traffic and driving sales from it.
We used real-time data to detect our potential buyers in a traffic jam to offer them a Whopper and deliver on the move.
Fernanda, buenos días. ¿Tiene Eduardo? Buenas tardes.
¡Ay, qué bello!
Estoy en chinga, cabrón. Me cagaba de hambre.
Our media was 100% dynamic, promoting our service only in high congestion zones. By leveraging traffic and drivers' real-time data, we adjusted our billboards' location and content. The messages displayed information about the remaining time in traffic to order and personalized updates about deliveries in progress. Also, Waze banner ads and push notifications invited drivers to get a Whopper as soon as they entered our delivery zones. People were able to use voice commands to place the order and avoid tickets. Finally, using the latest Google Maps APIs, our app pinpointed vehicle location and speed in order to deliver for the first time ever to a driver on the move. The delivery zones changed following the traffic law, making our service available when a gridlock was identified, always within a 3-kilometer radius from the restaurants.
Hola Mariana, ¿cómo estás?
Ay, te agarraría de esos.
Siempre estoy en servicio.
In just 1 week, we increased delivery orders by 63%, and our daily app download rate increased 44 times, becoming the #1 fast food app, surpassing McDonald's, Domino's, and Starbucks in Mexico. Coming soon, Los Angeles, San Paulo, and Shanghai. The Traffic Jam Walk.
Enjoy the traffic jam.
Nice. So don't be alarmed when you see just a delivery guy with flowers. I think we can do it with flowers also during Valentine's Day. Okay, next let's look at supermarkets. So what's interesting is that navigations to supermarkets happen when there are long weekends. So we would like to stock up, go to the grocery for these events. There says here's the countdown, it says time's up, but I'll just continue. Okay, and the highest spike would be the weekend. This is the last weekend before Christmas. And now you can see the likes of FMCG companies like Nestle and Unilever now directing you to points of sale. Okay. So this is a case study by Danone. Danone, what they did was to pin 2,000 groceries. Okay, 2,000 groceries for the launch of their light and free yogurt. And what they found out is that when you add Waze to TV and online video, there's a 6% lift in sales, together with a 4% sales lift in terms of penetration. So again, let us know the metrics that you want us to work with, and we would gladly hold your hand in doing that. Okay. We recently launched, together with BDO and our partner Metropolis, Catriona Gray as the first voice on Waze. And I think this is one of the biggest things that you can do when you really want to be part of the drive in every turn, literally. So who has tried her voice? Okay, nice. So yeah, so you can see here that a person just said, I changed my Waze voice to Catriona Gray, and when I got to my destination, sabi niya, yay, you're here, someone cares. So we want to be this much engaged with our drivers. Yeah? Okay. Next is Waze and out of home. Any out of home media agencies here? Okay. Nice. So this is how Waze could actually complement any out of home initiatives. So what we could do is you just share with us the coordinates of all of these billboards. We geofence around it, 1, 3, or 5 kilometers, and only when a Wazer is around that area, then your material or your message could also come up. So think of this as your billboard may be your awareness platform, and then Waze is your performance platform that would say, then drive there. You see a burger billboard, Waze would tell you to drive to the nearest restaurant. Okay, so as a case study, this is Peugeot, it's a car dealer. What they did was to couple their out-of-home with Waze, and they saw a 10% incremental visits, which I think is a very big challenge because you actually want people to go to car dealers. Okay? We not only know where people are going, but we also know when they are coming back. Okay, so you could use loyalty targeting to remarket people who have gone to your locations for the past 7, 14, or 30 days, which I think would be a very good complement to your loyalty programs. Okay, and then lastly, measurement. At the end of the day, we want to know what happened and how we could attribute any successes. And these are the 3 things on top of your clicks, those are already all given. So what I'm sharing with you is something else. Would be location analysis. Location analysis, and let's say you have 40 locations in a specific city, then I can tell you performance of each, how people are navigating around each store, and even around your competitors. We would also be giving you reports such as navigation pattern. So this would tell you, let's say, all throughout the month, how people, when people are going, meaning your own shape of the day. If you are a restaurant and you want to boost your lunch visits, then we could work on that. Okay, so this is my final video. This is in partnership with Mindshare and Unilever Domex, and it just won gold in the recent Spikes Tangram Awards in Singapore. Enjoy.
Road trips are great. Having to visit fuel station toilets? Not so much. And it gets even worse during the holidays. Like on All Saints and All Souls Days in Metro Manila, when everybody hits the roads. As the germ-killing experts, this was our chance to shine. Literally. Instead of the usual TV ads, we decided to let thousands of families experience the effectiveness of our products firsthand during this holiday period by transforming these dreaded pit stops into Domex certified clean toilets.
All set. Let's go.
Partnering with Waze, the leading mobility app in the Philippines, Domex was able to single out fuel station toilets on highways with the most traffic. That's where we headed and got to work. Then we made sure that drivers along these highways knew all about these toilets and where to find them. Need to go now? Simply tap on our zero-speed takeovers to navigate to the nearest Domex certified clean toilet. Once there, the relieved drivers found product samples that they could take home to replicate the Domex experience. Over the course of the holiday period, the campaign reached almost half of all Wazers in Manila, with over 5,000 navigations made to these clean toilets. We saw an incredible 68% conversion rate with a 21% increase in weekly sales, reinforcing our position as the #1 toilet cleaning brand. By transforming everyday locations into destinations, this incredible campaign allowed our products to engage with consumers in a truly personal way that's never been done before. The Domex Certified Clean Toilet Campaign, bringing you where you need to go, when you need to go.
Congratulations again, Mindshare Unilever, for this. Okay, so again, my 2 key takeaways. Location-based data can help solve real-world traffic problems, and you can use location-based data for your marketing objectives. All right, so my email's over here. I'd love to talk to you more about this. Thanks.
Thank you, Ms. Sarah Rodriguez and Waze. Our next